We're currently at a client's house that we're gonna be knocking their house down. Right now, the house is not a 10. It's gonna be a 10 when we're done. She knows what I'm saying.
The old house is gone now, knocked it down.
Frame roof, sided, windows in, all the rough mechanicals done. Insulation's all complete. We are ready to put the walls up.
Which is good because now we're gonna start getting into the finishes. They saw beams in one of our other projects, the rooster house.
They saw them at one of our other
They
projects.
saw another kitchen we did with reclaimed beams and they wanted them. So we had these reclaimed beams installed.
You have to attach them from above. You don't want to screw them from underneath and see the screws. It kind of takes away from the whole thing. So that's why we have to do them on part of the roof. So everything's getting finished around this.
The way we size these beams is based on the island.
This beam kind of falls at one end of the island, and
this one kind of falls on the other
on the other side of the island. So these three beams kind of encompass the whole island, and then that beam is spaced equally.
And we're also going to do a reclaimed wood countertop on this island, and we have to measure for the island. This island is going to be a little bit different than the ones we usually do because we're going to have seating on two sides. So this is going to be 106.
So this is 36.
36 on both sides.
Yeah. Are you doing any sort of panels there or anything?
Yeah, we're going to do the X design like we did on.
So that's another 1.5 inches. You're going to have 3/4 each side.
Yep.
The whole island's going to be just about over 10 feet.
All right, that's the island. Now I need the opening for these doors. Yeah, that's going to come down. The doors are that are going here are shorter.
How short are they?
Like 2 inches shorter.
These must be the specialty doors.
We did a ceiling design in the.
Oh yeah, let's talk about this.
This is cool. We're not 100% sure how we're going to finish this yet. Maybe wood in between the X's. I'm not sure yet.
I mean, just in this general area alone, you have this X ceiling here. We got the reclaimed beams in this ceiling, and then this is the great room. The ceilings are 14 feet, 15 feet, somewhere around there.
14 or 15 feet. This room is over the garage. It's
24 by 24.
Right. And this room is why they picked this plan, because they really wanted a huge great room.
We actually sized the fireplace to the television. The fireplace is a little wider, and so is the whole framing of it. So we didn't want the television to stick out past the framing on the side here. So we got the measurements of his TV so it'll sit nice and snug in the space, because it would look silly if it was overhanging on the sides. Suze would not be happy with that.
No, so we got a bigger fireplace because he wants a huge TV, which fits this room. This room is enormous.
I've said before, I'm a graffiti artist. What we do here is mark the studs so that when they come to do finish work, they'll be able to see where everything is, because the hardwood floor won't be in yet. And if you notice here, I have a little S, so I know that there's a switch on that stud. It's science. You don't want your children or guests or anybody hearing any sort of extracurricular activities in the master bedroom. So this is a sound dampening insulation. If you just took regular fiberglass bats, which is the stuff that's in the walls over here, it does not dampen the sound. This does. So we always do it on the master wall from the rest of the house, so it's a little quieter. It's also in the bathroom because the bathrooms are back to back. So if dad's taking a poop and son's taking a poop, they ain't gonna hear each other.
Paul's always worried about Taco Tuesday, always.
So you have Taco Tuesday, you have Wet Wipe Wednesday, then you have Taco Thursday again, then Fiesta Friday, and then Sit Down Saturday. Can anybody tell me what the blue line's for? Agua. So we know to not put any nails near that blue line. So when they're doing the finish work, they know, okay, let's stay away from there so they don't put a nail into a water line.
So the kids' bathroom was originally a single sink on the plan. We wanted to make it a double sink, but...
Did you notice something? Yeah?
What?
Does anything look funny to you? The vanity depth situation is what I'm talking about.
It is 18.5 inches deep. A regular vanity would come out here past the doorway, which obviously isn't gonna work. So we're gonna have to look for a narrow vanity for this, which is good to know now and not after we order it.
So we're gonna have to build something?
I don't know. It's a 30-inch door. So there's not enough room. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure something out because they're not gonna fit. Everything else here, I think, looks pretty good.
Yeah, missing this door. He had 3, but they only made 2. And then he called me and said, hey, we're gonna get that door, but don't worry, we're not gonna charge you for it.
Didn't we already pay for it?
I was like, okay.
She asked if we could look at the size of the dining room light because she said she thought it was too big for the room, but I don't think it's probably not. 36-inch? I thought we ordered a 24. And it's an open cage. Let's bring it up. I'm sure it's fine.
I like the blue on the bench seat.
Yeah, those doors are gonna be blue too.
Susan, this?
Yeah, it's big.
That's gonna look weird.
I'll talk to her.
Too big.
It's
too big. You gotta look at the upstairs too, something with the shower, right? See, it's a 1/2 inch off over there.
The problem is we're gonna be putting a shower door here, so it's gonna have to be level.
What are you gonna do, caulk that?
No, it's too big.
So you saying making it level or follow the wall?
I'm saying if we can avoid the gap, then avoid the gap. Either way, we'll deal with it. If there's a gap, then we're gonna have to put something solid, like probably PVC trim or something, and paint it the wall color or something small. But we can't leave a gap there, it's gonna look stupid. A lot of times when there's just so much about the house that needs to change, it doesn't even make sense to make the changes to the house. They didn't like the kitchen, they didn't like that they didn't have a big family room, they didn't like the bedroom sizes, they didn't like that the house was only 1 story.
There was more didn't likes than likes.
Right. And so by the time the conversation was done, it was, let's put 3 additions on.
And then Susan and I were like, no, let's not do that because it's not a good idea. And we kind of ran some numbers with them and they were not very far off at all to basically building new.
Ultimately, it made more sense to just knock it down and start over. You walk in through the garage level, you're walking into a mudroom.
This is a very big mudroom.
It's a huge mudroom. This blue, so there are a couple things going on here just right from when you walk into the mudroom.
Yeah.
The wood comes from, they wanted to do that reclaimed beams. And then we found this really cool blue subway tile that we used in the kitchen. And that is repeated in different areas around the house, including starting right here when you walk in, the blue and the reclaimed wood is one of the first things that you see.
Let's go see what ties in upstairs with this blue. Papa Smurf will be proud about all the blue that we put into this house. If Blue Man Group was gonna perform in a house, it would be this one.
This tile really drove the rest of the first floor. We found this tile, love the color, love the navy blue. It's blue, but navy blue is also kind of a neutral. You think about like blue jeans, kind of goes with anything.
This is the first time we've really gone with that blue. Cool farmhouse sink to go with the farmhouse vibe. This is a sensor faucet that's like, oh, I got raw chicken on my hands, I'm not supposed to touch anything.
We put the microwave in the island. There's a lot of places to put stuff in this house. There's a lot of closet space. They have another little pantry here for more stuff.
Susan and her decorative doors.
Paul's favorite. And the other thing that we did that she really liked was the X design. These are on both sides of the island because this was one thing that she really wanted, that kind of farmhouse feel, a little bit more character. She wanted the reclaimed wood seating on 2 sides of the island. So this island has an overhang on the end so chairs can go under here too, because this is what they wanted. They wanted to be able to sit here and not everybody looking in the same direction. They wanted to be able to talk to each other.
TV's on, then like, and then they'll look at the TV that's not up yet, but there is a TV going there.
Mom and Dad are gonna be here trying to talk to the kids, and the kids are just gonna be looking that way.
She's so far away, I can't even slide a piece of fake fruit to her. Beautiful reclaimed island top, chimney style hood, reclaimed beams, black sconces over the windows. And then we get to the gray.
Wine. The most important part of every kitchen, everybody wants a wine area.
Even people that don't drink wine want one because it's just more bragging rights, I think.
Right, and this tile is the same as what's above the stove, but we switched the grout to the gray because it would have been too washed out if we did all white like we did there. We used the gray grout to contrast it, and then it also goes with the gray cabinet. So that just kind of makes this its own little area, but still fits with the kitchen.
This was kind of a perfect place for a little wine bar area. Get a secondary fridge in the kitchen here for entertaining. This is a great spot for this where you keep it away, but it's still close by. I mean, overall, it's a stunning kitchen. Segue into the beautiful great room.
This was a room that sold them. We looked at a lot of plans and they kept coming back to this one because of this room. This room
It's a very tall room.
Huge. It's almost like 2 rooms in here. It's so big.
We got this awesome blue accent wall as you're looking from the kitchen with the V-groove fireplace in the center here with kind of a classic looking tile to kind of bring it all home.
The fireplace that we made wider because Paul always likes to make sure the TV is gonna fit.
Because there's nothing more hack than building a new house and then you get a TV and then your TV overhangs your fireplace. Then that means you have to get a smaller TV. You never want to get a smaller TV. You always get at least the same size. If not, you go up in size, right? Nobody goes, let's downsize the size of the TV. That's why they make 75-inch and 90-inch televisions now, because bigger is better. People that say that's not true are liars.
So we went bigger. We have the reclaimed wood, we have the blue walls, so we just have kind of the wood, brown, and blue theme kind of going through the first floor.
How do you come up with this stuff, Susan?
Shut up, Paul.
If you run out of room in here, which would be hard, and you're like, I want to sit down and eat, and the kitchen's full, you can go get neck pain in the dining room because you're going to be staring at the ceiling. As a matter of fact, if it was me, I would just eat like this. I don't even know why you would have a table in here. You could just lay here and eat.
Yeah.
The inspiration for the X here was the game of tic-tac-toe, because the homeowners love that game. It's their favorite game. So they said, can you put an X on the ceiling? And we're like, we can do anything. So
well, everybody wants to be the middle X on the board.
That's right.
We had the X's on the side of the island, so it just made sense to continue it in here. This is right open to the kitchen, so that drives everything else on the first floor.
This is a full walk-in pantry with some cabinet space. They got some plugs here so they can put appliances. We did some custom open shelving on the bottom here, and again, painted blue, tying with the whole blue theme of the house. And then if you're sitting in here and you ate so much food and you're like, I gotta go to the bathroom, just go this way.
So this is a little bit lighter than the rest of the first floor, but the blue still comes in here.
Vessel sink and the nice sconces on the side here. This is the room you really want it to be nice.
Let's go look to another room, Paul.
Why you gotta be weird?
This is the girls' bathroom. They have two girls, so they wanted two sinks because they fight over everything. Like all kids do. One of them got to pick which sink they got, and then the other one won the floor tile. That's how that went down.
They are so much nicer people than us, because our kids wouldn't be able to pick that. They would.
Oh, that's not true.
Oh, you would not let them pick the tile.
Oh, well, I don't think the boys would want to.
Colton would pick machine gun tile for the floor.
That's true, he would.
So you wouldn't let him put that in there.
This is really cute for the two girls. They both get their own sink. There's 4 drawers, so there's no fighting over who gets
the top 2 drawers.
They're gonna have to figure that out.
That's a fight in itself.
That's gonna be a different fight.
That's the top drawer is always the money drawer
Yeah.
in this, because then you don't have to bend down to
I'm
that
not
lower
gonna
drawer. So
be there for that fight. Probably the younger girl would get the bottom 2 because she's shorter.
I would sacrifice the other 3 to take the top 1.
Would you?
Yeah.
Oh, I would make that deal. They wanted actually the vanity in the master bathroom, but Mom and Dad did say no to that. This cabinet actually
Pulled off of the tile?
It pulled off the tile, yeah. So there's a blue undertone in the tiles. And then we also did a petal tile down the back of the shower that has a blue undertone to it. This is something that she really wanted, and then it just kind of built off of there. They wanted it to be light in here, so that's why the vanity was dark and everything else stayed pretty light. It always kills me when I go into a new house and there's a flat ceiling in the master. My heart just like cringes.
It's a pretty big bedroom overall. You got a nice walk-in closet over here. How'd you come up on this wall color, by the way?
It's a darker version of the bathroom. When you walk into the master bedroom, we wanted it a little bit more calming. So the blues and the greens are in the bathroom, and then just a darker version when you come out here.
I think this is a winner. I think it's a very Kadilak house. It's got those features in it that I think people can look at it and go, it's something that we did.
A lot of the things that are here, she has seen us do in other houses, and we kind of brought them all together in here. But while it has a lot of the things that we've done, there's also some new things and some different things that make it very uniquely their house. Because I don't like to do the same thing over and over again. I like to mix it up.
On to the next.
On to the next.